Hello YouTube, it's Carlos the Rook. Sorry for the delay in recordings, but I had a death in the family. I lost my father this past couple of weeks, so I was on bereavement and I haven't been playing chess or streaming. So yesterday was my first time back in action on the chess scene. I was playing the Wolf Chess Championship, number 6, and I'll go over game 1 with you guys now. So I started off with e4. Here, my rating then fell all the way down to 1729, and I'm playing Daksh, who's 1444. So I started off with e4. He responded with e5, knight to f3, knight to c6. Okay, we're going to have a Spanish game. My favorite opening, Rui Lopez. Bishop b5, a6. Bishop drops back to a4, keeping pressure on that knight. Knight f6. Castle, b5, hitting the bishop. Bishop drops to b3. This is all book. Bishop c5. And here the move is c3, d6, and d4. So here, normally bishop b6 is a move, dropping the bishop back and keeping the pressure. But my opponent captured here. So I thought this was very wrong. I captured back. And even here, I thought bishop to b6 was necessary, but instead he went bishop to b4. So I had to think here, and I know that this is not in my opening prep. I also know that this is incorrect. But the thing is, how do I exploit it? The bishop stops, I guess his idea was bishop to b4 stopping rook e1, which stops e5. So I think if I took some more time to think, I may have came up with queen c2, hitting at the knight, followed by e5, breaking open the center, and his king is real vulnerable. But I play a3 first, hitting the bishop, forcing it back. Then I play h3 because I wanted to stop the pin on my knight with bishop to g4. So by doing that, I lost the initiative, and I'm allowing him time to get back. And he playing h6 to stop bishop g5. Now if we go back a couple moves, here, my coach actually suggested bishop g5 here. So we see bishop g5. The engine wants knight to e7. Ooh, that's really ugly. That's breaking open the position. Hold on, let's do some analysis. Bishop g5 is best here. Knight e7. And now wants knight c3. So why not bishop captures knight f6, g captures f6, because it opens up the g file on the king, the white king. Now once bishop captures c3, b captures c3, and white has a beautiful center. Oh, hold on. That's not what it wants. It actually wants bishop captures f6. G captures f6. Then b captures c3. So this is what the engine wants. And white has a beautiful center. Black king side is collapsed. And black just has no coordination amongst his pieces. Maybe queen d3 is coming. And queen d3, rook e1, rook d1. And white is amassing huge pressure on black. Okay. But I missed that. I went a3. He fell back with the bishop. h3. h6. Knight to c3. He castled. And here I made a huge mistake. bishop to e3. And I don't know what I was thinking. As soon as I made the move, I knew this move would lose a pawn. It was bishop captures c3, b captures c3, knight captures e4 with the threat of knight captures c3. And the whole reason I wasn't defending the pawn because I wanted the bishop to d5 idea, bringing my bishop here. But knight captures c3 hits that bishop and hits the queen. So that destroys that idea. So he takes, I take back, he take here, and now bishop d5 doesn't work because of knight captures c3, hitting the queen and bishop at the same time. So queen d3 is what I played. The engine wants rook e1, d5, and I go a4. And my idea is to disrupt the queen side. He pushed past b4. I thought about c4, but I also thought just bishop f5 is crushing. I wasn't sure why he didn't play bishop f5 a move earlier. And the idea is bishop f5. If the queen doesn't move, then it's knight g3. The knight protects the bishop on f5, forces the queen to move, and it's hitting the rook on f1, picking up the exchange. I capture here. He takes back. So I drop the queen down to e2. It wants queen to d1. And this is why. Because a5 followed with the threat of bishop a6. And here I blundered. I went knight e5, trying to make my knight active. I should have played rook c1, getting that rook off the same diagonal as the queen. Here, bishop a6 picks up the rook exchange. And here, I went queen g4. My idea is bishop captures h6, bishop captures f1. Bishop can't capture f1 because it'll be checkmate. So bishop captures f6, maybe g6, and then bishop captures f8, bishop captures f1, bishop captures b4, bishop fades back to a6. But instead of that, bishop captures h6. Okay, bishop captures f1, bishop captures h6, queen f6. And it's over. It defends the g7 square and it hits the bishop. And it loses a piece. So it loses the exchange and it loses a piece. So I was forced to capture back. Rook captures f1. And now he moved the king to h7. I moved the queen right there, threatening knight captures f7. He brings his knight back to f6. And I check the queen right here. I'm trying to provoke g6. My position is worse, but I got the initiative and I got pressure on his king. So I'm trying to provoke weaknesses in his structure. That way I could penetrate and try and close him off. So he does play g6. And this is when I fade back bishop queen to f4. And my idea is to hit the h6 pawn. So he fades back knight to g8, and he's back paddling. So I go knight to g4, hitting the pawn one more time. He pushes up h5. Now I consider knight to h6, knight captures h6, queen captures h6, but he doesn't have to do that. If I go knight h6, he just go knight f6, and then my knight just in there. What am I going to do next? So that's why I just moved the knight out of the way, back to e5. Here he goes queen f6. So I fade back. It wanted, the engine wanted this. Knight d7. Queen captures. Knight captures, rook captures. Bishop captures. And then maybe bishop d6. And it has a position as equal. That's interesting. I actually considered knight d7 but I didn't want to trade the queens because I said he trades the queens on f4 and I'm not getting the exchange. But I missed that knight captures f1. Knight captures f8 check is an intermediary move. And then rook captures f8, then bishop captures f4. I get the exchange back. So he faded back here, queen g7. And here I was really stuck. I didn't know what to do. I was like, how do I get in? The queen is defending. He got 3 pieces defending. I got 3 attacking. My bishop over here, my light square bishop, it's on the wrong side of the board. And this knight is just brutal. It's stopping me from relocating my bishop. I want my bishop on this diagonal here, but I can't go here to put it there or here to put it there because of that knight. And the rook, I want to get my rook in the game. But how? F4, F5, then the queens will just come off the board, and I'm not really accomplishing anything. And rook c1, I considered rook c1, but the knight is stopping me. I was considering rook c1, rook c6, and putting pressure that way, but the knight, once again, protects that way. That is a very, very good knight. An excellent knight, I must say. So I went bishop d1 with the idea of trying to relocate the bishop and make it more active. And he went f6, pushing my knight away. I dropped back to f3, rook f7, solidifying his position. And here I felt like doom was just impending. Like I had a losing position and it was going all downhill. But I had to keep playing. Bishop to e2, knight h6. Bishop e2, now bishop d2. And my idea was maybe I just got to hit that knight. Take that knight. And also queen f4 is an idea. Knight f5. And I knew knight f5 was coming to try and fork the queen and bishop. So bishop d2 was stopping that. That way I don't lose my bishop pair. It's the best thing I got going for me at the moment. Now I go queen f4. He goes queen h6 offering a trade. I decline. And the bishop is protected by the knight, so it's hitting the queen. The queen moves. I go back to f4. Just trying to put pressure on him. He go queen e8, hitting the bishop. I protect it with my rook, which is protected by my dark square bishop. And he takes a pawn on a4. I felt immediately that that was wrong. I'm like, you're just showing no regard whatsoever to the fact that I'm attacking. So g4, immediately. He takes, I take again, and he fade back knight to g7, and you see the evaluation bar jumps back in my favor because it's a blunder. And the reason it's a blunder, I thought queen h6 check, king f8, queen captures g6 with no real way to get in because the knight is stopping bishop d3 and the rook is protecting one on the back rank and one on the second rank, so there's no real way to get in. So my next thing was knight g5. Pawn cap check, pawn captures g5, queen captures f7, and I picked the rook, the exchange back up, picking the rook up. His pawn doubled up. Then I felt like that's just more promising. And I always got the idea of king g2, rook h8 with a maiden net. So I went with that idea. Whoa, I got her brilliant. I did not know chess.com gave me a brilliant for this move. Knight g5 check. F captures g5. Queen captures f7. And here he blunders and the bar goes completely my way. Here he offered me a draw. And I was down to 17 minutes. It was only 5-second increments, which I'm not comfortable playing 5-second increments. I want 30-second increments. To all you tournament directors out there, 30-second increments, please. I'm not comfortable with 5-second increments. So he offered a draw. I was at 17 minutes. He was at 7 minutes. I thought for 7 minutes, and then I accepted the draw. But what I was thinking was bishop d3, knight captures, queen captures, here, here, and the king gets away. So I said that didn't work. So then I was thinking this way, king here, queen captures d5. Why is that a blunder? Queen captures d5, rook e8, rook e8, queen to h1, king to g8, queen to h7, king to f8, queen to h8, king to e7, queen captures g7, king to d6, bishop captures. Oh yeah, that's just brutal. That's brutal. That is brutal. Yeah, so that is a blunder. Let's go back. Instead of queen captures g6, bishop captures g6. And what move? Oh, king to h6. And it's a draw. King h6 and it's a draw. Okay, so that's the move. And the other move I considered was rook c1. And we actually, after the draw, we played a few moves out. He went here, bishop d3, knight here, and I think the move here, oh, they want bishop captures g6 check, king to h8, oh snap, queen f3, with the idea of going to h6. Knight f8, oh, queen h1, not h6, I meant h3. Queen h1, king g8. Then his queen captures d5. Knight on g to e6. Queen captures a8. That's brutal. Queen captures g4. That is just brutal. King f1. That is brutal. That is brutal. But even better than all that was the move I missed. Bishop d1. And the knight is pinned to the queen. Bishop d1, this is the line Stockfish recommends. Bishop d1, queen captures d4, rook e7, threatening to mate there, c5, and then I think I want bishop c3. Ooh. Bishop c3. I was thinking bishop captures c2, but bishop c3, rook f8. Queen captures f8, queen captures c3, bishop captures c2, And it looks like queen d4. And then it's queen f3. So then I've been up a whole rook in this. It would have been a rook against 3 pawns. So this is what I missed. And I could have had a win. I could have had the win, but I missed that evaluation. Alright, this is round 1, so we ended in a draw by agreement. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe. It's absolutely free. And hit that like button. Thank you. Have a nice day.